In this lesson, I'm going to briefly introduce to you the concept of statistics. Statistics is the branch of mathematics that deals with the collection, classification, analysis, interpretation of numerical facts or data. So the first step in any statistical process is data collection, and the last step is the interpretation of numerical facts, or the presentation of the information on a maybe bar chart or pie chart, just like the example, just like the project I gave you that has to do with you collecting the weights and ages of students in grade 7, 8, and 9. So the end results of that project is that you have to create a bar chart or a pie chart to represent the information. So the first step in that project is the collection of data, that's the collection of the weights and the ages, and the last stage is the interpretation of the data. So presenting the data on a bar chart, on a bar chart is what we call interpretation of data. So there are various uses of statistics. Statistics can be used for prediction, it can be used for research, it can be used for weather forecast, it is used in decision making, it is used to predict the spread of diseases. So just like I said before, the first step in the statistical process is data collection. So that's what you need to do first of all in a statistical process. So data collection is the activity of collecting information that can be used to find out about a particular subject. Now when you are done collecting the data, the next step is to analyze the data. So for short, it is called data analysis. So data analysis is the process of sorting and organizing data in order to draw helpful conclusions from it. And the last stage in the statistical process cycle is the presentation of data. So this refers to the organization of data into tables, graphs, or charts so that logical and statistical conclusions can be made. Okay, so let's look at the concept of frequency distribution and tally systems. So the tally system makes use of strokes to represent objects that are being counted. For example, in the tally system, 1 represents a stroke, 2 represents 2 strokes, 3 represents 3 strokes, 4 represents 4 strokes, 5 is a combination of 4 strokes and an extra stroke crossing it out. So that's 5. 6 is the 5 in tally system and an extra stroke. That's 6. 7 is 5 and 2 strokes. 8 is 5 and 3 strokes. 9, 5 and 4 strokes. While 10 is a combination of 2 5s in the tally system. So that's how to represent values using the tally marks. They are called tally marks or simply tally. So what about frequency distribution? Frequency distribution in statistics provides information of the number of occurrences of distinct values of a group of data. So frequency distribution is usually a table, like you can see this, like you have it here. It's usually a table that represents that shows the frequencies or the number of occurrences of values, of various values in a group of data. For example, this table shows the analysis of scores of students in an examination of 100 marks. So now what this table is telling us is that students that score between 0 and 10 marks are just 4 in number. Students that score between 10 and 20 marks are 7 in number. Students that score between 20 and 30 marks are 5 in number. So on. Students that score between 50 and 60 are 8 in number. and students who score between 90 and 100 are just 3 in number. So as you can see, in any frequency distribution, there must be frequencies, there must be a section or a column like you have it here that represents the number of occurrences of the various values in the group of data. So I'm going to explain more on the concept of frequency distribution in the next lesson.